Hello and welcome to the Flores Carp Experience in France. We are in the stunning Mayenne region.
Yes, we're here with the Eclipse team for a week. It's the beginning of August and the temperatures are soaring. It's so hot here, so we don't know how the fishing's going to go.
No, but we're going to go around the lake, chat to the anglers, find out some tactics, see what useful tips these guys who've fished it before can give us.
Yeah, and we'll hopefully show you a few of these big lumps that live in this lake.
Going away? About what? It's true. Leave it. I'm staying here. I'm staying.
Right, first fish. Rod's only been in the water 5 minutes. Caught on the virus, 38 pound 6 days. It's 46. 46, 6.
46 years, 46, 5,
Yeah.
6, 5, 6. Well done. 46, 6, lovely.
Yes, you do.
Right, second fish, 46 pound 5. On the virus again. After last one, I put a few more baits out and
Still the first day.
first day, here we go. Every day. Bloody got that. It's an absolute lump.
Going away? About what? It's true. Leave it. I'm staying here.
I'll go 54.
Yeah, 54. Well done, mate.
Just trying to talk with a 54 in your hands, isn't it? Third fish on the virus. Over a couple of kilos. Bloody hell, my back is breaking.
How much does it weigh, Rod?
54 pound.
This is the carrot, £25 2 ounces.
Caught on the virus.
Always on the virus.
So Dan, Julie, resident bailiffs here at Flores.
Hello.
Hello.
I've got to cut to the chase. You've got to tell us about the fish stock.
We're looking at about 200 fish stocked in Flores at the moment, going up to about 61.5 pounds.
Oh, that sounds, well, it's definitely a PB for me.
A PB for many people, I would imagine.
Should we get the rods in now and scrap this?
Yeah.
Julie, so what, you know, we're coming out here. What can the customers expect at Flores?
Well, we do a full breakfast in the morning. You can either have a fry up in the lodge or baguette delivered to your swim if you don't want to reel in the morning.
Yeah.
We offer lunch. So we've got snack shops, drinks, cold drinks, chocolates, crisps, and then in the evening we do your evening meal followed by dessert. Obviously, when the weather's like this, it's extremely hot, so we go around a couple of times, make sure everyone's all right in the day, deliver ice lollies if needed.
Oh, godsend.
But yeah, basically we're here to make sure that everyone's comfortable all week.
And you look after us.
And we look after you as much as we can.
And we're going to be going right that fridge because it is so hot.
It's boiling today.
Again.
What can you say? The weather is the weather, isn't it? So, Dan, we're going to go to the lake features now. Tell us a little bit about what the lake holds, what anglers can expect to fish to, etc, etc.
We'll be fishing about a 9.5 acre, 10 acre lake. As you can see, this is the shallow end. 2 foot of water normally in this end, running down to about 8 foot at the other end. It's varying bottoms, mostly soft clay and silt with a few firmer areas.
So no weed for them to worry about.
Very little weed at all, most of the time of the year. There's little bits that build up, but that's normal in any lake.
And what sort of spots would you look to fish within the lake?
I don't think you could ignore any parts of the lake. We just fish the margins, fish where the fish are. The fish tell you where to fish.
They do give themselves up a little bit.
And because of the depths, as I say, they're quite obvious where they are.
Yeah, they've been topping out. You've seen fission, you've seen coloration in the
We
water.
should see actually some. They're behind us there, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Paul, but I'm itching to get my rods out
Me
now that you've
too.
given us this info.
Thanks for everything.
Fantastic.
We're going to go and catch a few fish.
Great.
Thank you.
Have a good time.
Thanks, guys.
Nice little start to the day, £38.
The facilities at Flores are second to none. The on-site lodge is where you come for your breakfast and evening meals. It's spacious and comfortable. Free tea and coffee is also available, along with a gallery of some of the Flores Carp residents on the walls.
The large shower block not only houses the spacious shower area, there are also lockers available for you to store items that you don't need in your bivvy. The showers are open 24 hours a day in order for you to feel clean and refreshed during your stay.
There is also a separate toilet block at Flores, which has 3 clean flushable toilets and hand basins for your convenience.
Flores also has its own dedicated tackle shop on site, selling the essential rig items, bait and branded clothing. Very handy if you're running low or just forgotten some of the odd bits and pieces for your tackle box.
Brute, first one.
Just catch it on.
Virus and the House Frankfurt mixed.
To go under that bridge, it had to go.
Some people will use a symbolism of the relationship of God to the universe. God is, say, brilliant light, only somehow veiled, hiding underneath all these forms that you see as you look around. So far, so good. But the truth is funnier than that. It is that you are looking right at the brilliant light now. That the experience you are having, which you call ordinary everyday consciousness, pretending you're not it, that experience is exactly the same thing as it. There's no difference at all. In other words, when you really start to see things, and you go into the nature of what it is to see, what vision is, or what smell is, or what touch is, you realize that that vision is the brilliant light of the cosmos.
Polaris, Poolz, PB. Well chuffed.
So here we are, Wednesday morning at Flores in Peg 7. We chose these swims by looking at the forecast really. There was a lot of fish stacked up in the shallows when we had that really scorching weather at the beginning of the week. But we looked at the long range forecast and it's changed, 10 degrees drop. This is the deeper end up here and this is where we wanted to be because legend has it the bigger fish come from the deeper water. So this morning, 33 pound 14 ounces. The fish turned up on that big wind we had last night and they're there now. They're fizzing behind my shoulder like crazy, so my fingers are crossed for another one. So the bait, what we've been using? Well, we've been using the Eclipse Virus on the hook baits and we're feeding the Eclipse Virus with the Flores house bait, which is the Frankfurter. So we get a nice spread of boilies out there, mixing it with a bit of pellet, and it seems to be doing the trick. And with this weather staying like this for the rest of the week, me and Lee are both confident of a few more fish.
So it's Wednesday morning. Our last fish was on Monday night, going into Tuesday morning. A lovely 39 pound 8 ounce mirror. It has been a bit of a struggle in the heat, but like I say, the weather's changed. It's moody, it's carpy, lower pressures, cooler temperatures, and fish moving into the deeper water. I can only but hope, really. I've kept the 2 rods on the same spots where I've had the fish from. Fish is showing on those spots from time to time. It's just a matter of trying to get them to feed to take the bait. I've not baited heavy, a couple of kilos at a time over the course of a couple of days. The Virus and the house bait Frankfurter. Who knows? There's still a chance of a 60.
37.5, my second fish. Thursday morning, early hours. Virus again.
So we just found Rob walking past and you're having a red letter week, aren't you, at the moment?
Yeah.
How many you had?
5 so far, yeah.
Biggest?
Like 54.
Is that a PB or not?
No, not quite. No, £4 under. So
there's a few days to go yet,
yeah,
so that could happen.
Plenty more to aim for.
So what peg are you in? Peg 3, is it?
Yeah, peg 3. Come out 6th in the draw. Didn't really expect to get that peg, to be honest. It was
I think a few people wanted that one.
Yeah, it was my third choice, so I'm pretty happy, very happy to be in there. There's a lot of fish jumping in there.
Yeah, I know, we've seen a few out there, haven't we?
Yeah.
Tactics, how have you gone in with it?
2 rods are over a sprayer bait, straight bottom baits, big hooks. It's done the job so far. Middle rod's going more than the others, but not heavily baited. Probably 40, 50 boilies at a time.
So a bit more of the week to go. Are you expecting some more?
Yeah, I'm confident, very confident. So now we've got this weather coming in, so hopefully it'll switch them on a bit more.
We've got a storm rat up of the snare, haven't we? So
yeah.
it's meant to drop 10 degrees, so I think the weather will help with the fishing,
I
definitely.
think it'll kick it off. I think we'll all be in for a few fish, hopefully.
You join me here with Neil Martin, a face of Flores. Neil, tell us a little bit about your role.
Well, I've been involved in Flores for about 13, 14 years, driving on and off for the last 2 or 3 owners. So yeah, basically I run the bus. Those that have been to Flores before watching will know, but basically we have 3 or 4 pickup points from our Essex base down to Portsmouth at the port, where we pick you up. Always like to say, you know, your holiday begins when you get on the bus. You can relax, look forward to your fishing. Drive down to Portsmouth on the Friday night. Ferries normally leaving 10:30, 10:45, get a cabin on the boat, breakfast included in your crossing as well. So we dock at 6:45 French time, and then we normally arrive at the fishery somewhere around 9:15. That's when your holiday
From
starts.
my experience, I can certainly say that is the case. You're buzzing with excitement as soon as that bus arrives to pick you up, and the rest on the cabin just to get a bit of shut-eye, because you know when you get here you're going to be working hard.
A lot of the guys who travel to France regularly, you spend, you know, the whole night travelling, or certainly from very early in the morning on the tunnel or the Calais ferries. The way we do it, you arrive at the lake fresh as a daisy, ready to start your fishing.
And it is a benefit.
We think it is a benefit, and you know you get that extra day, whereas normally you'd be tired and sleepy, full of energy, ready to go.
Yes, I would agree. Yeah. And as you're part of the Eclipse team, you're here fishing with us this week.
It. Very lucky, yeah, get both hats.
The weather has changed a little bit halfway through the week. We're now moving into a moody period, and you've already been a little bit successful at the start.
Yeah, definitely had a very, very good start. Luckily 1 fish on the opening day. I think it was 4 on the second day. Fish definitely down here in the shallows while the weather was really hot. As you know, Lee, it's been sort of
35 plus.
35 pluses, absolutely 0 wind or very, very little breeze, but the fish did seem to be stacked up down here in the shallows. As you say, today, definitely last night, a lot more humid. This morning, a lot cooler.
And the rain's coming.
We're having a few.
Is that going to be a live take? Is that going to be a live take?
Had a few, let's hope so. Yeah, had a few spots of rain, and they've predicted a big storm. Seems the fish have moved up, and yeah, we just see what the week brings, you know.
So what has your tactic been? What sort of rigs have you used, or baiting tactics, bait have you used?
Basically, I'm on a mix of the Virus and the House Frankfurter bait. Baited sort of little and often. I've got one patch straight out in front at about 60 yards. Water's not very deep down this end at best, especially not in the summer. So yeah, baiting 3 to 4 kilo boilie, bit of pellet. And then on my left hand rod in very shallow water, just scattering a few boilies. Little and often approach. And then yesterday I seemed to I wanted another arm or another branch as such, so I've introduced particle in the mix, which has only been used again this year on the fishery after a few years of none. So they seem to like it. And as I say, I had 1 fish last night, a small fish, and it's gone quiet. I don't think there's anything we're doing, as we've said, you know, it's just the way.
Well, you're up to 6 fish now, aren't you? So
yeah, 7 fish, yeah, including
7 fish.
The small one.
Yeah, so you're up to 7 fish.
Lucky enough to 38 and a half, the 2 biggest. A couple of the koi as well, not everyone's cup of tea.
Couple of pretty ones,
couple of pretty koi, yeah, 25 the biggest. So yeah, hopefully looking good for the rest of the week. I think once this storm settles down and the weather settles again, it's going to be
interesting,
hot.
isn't it? It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I think towards the end of the week it'll pick up. You know, it's been very isolated patches. A few of the guys have had sort of odd fish here and there, and a few haven't. So yeah, I think it'll develop and settle down for the end of the week.
Let's hope we have a few more fish.
Let's hope so, bud. Let's hope so.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
If you talk all the time, you never hear what anybody else has to say. And therefore all you'll have to talk about is your own conversation. The same is true for people who think all the time. That means, when I use the word think, talking to yourself, subvocal conversation, the constant chit-chat of symbols and images and talk and words inside your skull. Now, if you do that all the time, you'll find that you've nothing to think about except thinking. And just as you have to stop talking to hear what others have to say, you have to stop thinking to find out what life is about. And the moment you stop thinking, you become into immediate contact with the unspeakable world.
32 common, another PB, caught in the virus. Well happy.
The force of liberation will blow the world to pieces.
So here at Flores, I'm with the main two men from Eclipse Baits, Dave, the boss, Carl, head of production. Sitting in front of Dave is the flagship bait, the Virus. Dave, tell us about it.
Well, we came up with it mainly. We didn't think about the smell, I've got to be honest. There's no flavours in it, but it smells, well, that's why it's called the Virus. It stinks, but the fish
you can smell it from here.
It's got pre-digested fish meals in it. It's got 3 different types of fish meal in it. White fish meal, pre-digested, and then it's got hydrolyzed krill in it. It's got about 10 or 11 Carl spices?
Yeah, 10 different spices.
There's no flavour, but
it
absolutely stinks. Yeah. It's a red fish meal, as you can see. It crumbs up where it's not a rock hard bait. It's quite a soft bait. There's not a lot, but there's small amounts of seaweed in there. Can you see that?
Yep. All the little tiny bits and bobs.
And the fish
that make the bait.
absolutely love it. They absolutely adore it. And then we came up with not that it needs more.
There's a few little additives there with it, Dave, that you can show us.
We come up with something which is called the gravy, which is a bulk food item. And you can pour this over it. Any bait you like, it stinks. It's horrid. Well, horrid.
It's to catch the fish, not the angler.
Yeah, that was what we did when we came up with it. But the fish
just makes you want to go, huh.
Yeah, they absolutely adore it. And then that is a bulk food item that could be poured over anything. There's one.
So you could use that on a spod mix.
Yeah, that's mainly for what it's for. So you can then get the attraction of the boilie.
Yeah, soak into all the particles, into boils.
Ground bait instead of water.
Yeah. Brilliant.
It's complete food. And it's a hydrolyzed liquid
as well.
Nice oil slick.
Well based on it.
As you can see, someone's used some out there.
Yeah.
Made a nice flat spot for us. But there's another little pot in there, Dave. So what's the other pot? If you've got one that's a gravy that's a food source,
right,
you've got a smaller pot there.
Well, this is a hook bait dip enhancement system.
Right, okay.
So whereas that you pour it on your baits, the whole lot.
Yep.
This one is specifically for your hook bait.
Right.
So that's why that's in a 250ml and that's in a 500ml, because that one you can pour it and do what you like.
So you'd essentially put that into a little hook bait pot, put your hookers in it, and that would soak up into hook bait.
The best way of looking at it is if you've got like a bed of bait, you'd have that on it. But then one particular would shine out like a beacon, and that's the sort of product you would use.
Right.
There's hydrolyzed krill and different things that go in there. They're both hydrolyzed liquids, but that one's more concentrated.
Okay.
That's more of a Well, it's just like a lighthouse.
Yeah.
It's a beacon.
Here I am, come and eat me.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Brilliant. And Carl, I know you've been using these this week while we've been here at Flores, and you've done quite well on the bait.
Yeah.
Tell us about what you've had.
I've had 4 fish. Lost a couple yesterday morning. Biggest was 39.5 mirror. Nice 38 common. 23 mirror. And 36 mirror as well.
I think you've been soaking your baits. I've noticed you're putting boilers in a bucket and tipping quite a bit of this stuff over and then leaving them for 12 hours or so before you...
I'll in the morning I'll get up, I'll put a kilo, 2 kilos in a bucket, tip the gravy all over, shake it up so let it absorb in, and then in the evening, just before we get back from dinner, I'll get out in the boat and I'll put it out.
Oh, Captain Pugwash job there.
Yeah.
And I can't emphasise how much heat there's been. It's been 35 degrees. So although there hasn't been loads and loads of fish out, there's been a lot of fish considering the conditions.
Yes, for all the
35 degrees is just...
That's immense. You'd think...
I didn't fish
it's been unbearable.
for 3 days. You couldn't stand in here for longer than a minute.
Your swim's been like a sun trap.
It's been a
But the other guys who have also been using this have caught quite a lot of fish between them down in the shallows.
Yeah.
They fished quite hard and really well, to be fair.
Testament to the bait, to be honest. I mean, there's a mixture of that one and what's called the iconic.
The house bait, yeah.
Which is, but basically, it's got the same feeding juices as what that had in it, but it's more angler friendly, to be fair. It's the smell.
Yeah.
It's a Frankfurt smell, whereas that, it's got the name of virus and it genuinely is smelly.
Just the name says it all, really.
I suppose I didn't think about the angler as well as...
No, but that's what fishing is about, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. So that bait is probably just as good as that one, but it's more angler friendly.
A lot of people have their preference. I know I'm an iconic person. I've used your iconic for quite a while and caught lots of fish on it. There's some of the other guys on the team that swear by the virus.
That's right.
They'd sell their left arm to get another kilo to catch fish, you know.
Yeah.
So there we go, the virus and the house bait.
So Kev, what a blinding week you've had. You've smashed it.
Mate, yeah, I mean, yeah.
So, what is this, peg 2 is it?
Peg 2.
How many you had?
10 fish in all.
And
I've had 9 PBs.
9 PBs, how about that? So what was your PB before you come out here?
31 6.5.
And each time you've caught one, it's been bigger and bigger and bigger.
The one I had was 28 mirror, and they've all gone up since then. 41.5. A few 36s. Oh, cracking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been a great week for you, hasn't it?
Yeah,
and you've had the luxury of having this shallower area. When that sun was hot, the fish were stacked up in here, weren't they?
I've had them down here all, like I mean, all week I've had them down here.
So what sort of tactics have you done? Just boilies?
Just like spreading boilies everywhere, really.
Boilie spread?
Yeah, just boilie spreads, you know what I mean? Little 5 in a bag and that's it, you know what I mean? Nothing special.
And have you enjoyed the experience, the Flores experience? You've
I'll
had
come
fun?
back again, don't want to go home, do I?
Don't want to come home? Not while you're catching PBs? No, you don't.
Way, no.
So you've had a great week, you've enjoyed it?
Lovely, yeah, we've got the last 24 hours left to go, I reckon, then that's it, you know?
Yeah, we could get a few more yet, couldn't we?
Stay here and stay up all night.
Yeah.
Enjoy it, innit?
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll do, yeah.
Thanks, Kev.
No worries, mate.
Cheers.
Pleasure, you know what I mean?
So I'm joined by Colin. This is your second time at Flores.
Hi Paul, yes.
How'd you get on the first time?
First time I had 12 fish to 44.7.
Nice.
And I had a PB common of £34.
That's good going.
Oh yeah, that was great. A great trip.
And you enjoyed it so much? You've come back again this year?
I've come back again this year, yeah. Fishing's been a bit harder this year.
It has, hasn't it, with the heat?
Yeah, the heat's been really oppressive, and I haven't fished every night like, you know, sometimes I do, so I haven't fished every night, but I've had a 29-pound grassy, which I've never caught a grassy before, so that's the first one for me.
They do beat you up a bit, don't they?
Amazing. And when it got to the net, that's when it went mad, you know. Before it was reasonably easy bringing her in, but once it got to the net, it just wanted to go everywhere.
They do tend to beast you, these grasses. So what else have you had?
I've had a 36-pound 4-ounce mirror.
Yeah.
and I had a 38-pound common, which
Lovely.
obviously another PB for me on the common. So that's 2 PBs for commons.
So we've got another night to go. So
another night to go. Yeah, who knows? I'll have the pretty one tonight. That'll be lovely for me.
Oh, let's hope so, Colin.
That'll be smashing.
Well done, mate.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
So we're coming towards the end of the week, Dave. Firstly, I've got to say a big thank you for inviting me and the rest of the team out here at Flores for this week. It's been absolutely brilliant. We'd like to know your thoughts.
Yeah, it has gone very well, I think, considering it's so hot, and I mean, it's been gruelling. It really has. I mean, the last couple of days have been better.
Yes.
But there's been quite a lot of fish out. But really, it was just a thank you to everyone, for you and Paul for the efforts you do with the camera, for Kyle for his efforts in the factory, for Rob, for everyone that's come. And I wish I could have brought more, I've got to be honest, but there just wasn't the space.
No.
And then we supply the house bait to Alan for Flores.
Yep.
So it made total sense to do it together with him as such, you know, do Flores and Eclipse, whatever.
Yeah, it's a joint effort.
It's been really
thank you
good.
From us. Thank you from us.
Thank you from me as well, and it's nice.
It's meant more to us, I've got to be, more
nice
to me.
You get your rods out.
Get me tackle out.
Get your tackle out. So how many you had, Dave? What did you catch?
I haven't had that many. We've been down the other end. I've had 3, up to 35, I think it was. 35 mirror.
35.
Grass carp, which I've not caught before. So, you know. But it was just nice to be fair with you. It's been nice to see people catch.
Yeah,
it's more about the bait as a
Catching
company.
on your bait.
Yeah,
on your face.
I've got just as much fun. If anything, there's more enjoyment in that than there is in the actual catching myself of a, you know.
Everyone's done well on the Eclipse, say on the Virus and the house bait Frankfurter.
Yeah.
Couldn't ask for more, could you?
No, definitely not. And I mean, you know, we've been able to showcase the products, but not only that, they've caught the fish as well. Yeah. Which I'm quite sure is down to the anglers, you know, it's testament to the people that I have with me.
Yeah. All we need now is the pretty one.
Yeah, well, you never know. Last night, someone might have that. And
do you reckon, Lee, me or you?
Well, I don't know. I think the way our luck's going, we couldn't catch each other.
It definitely won't be me.
Well, thanks again, Dave.
Thank you.
Dave.
Thank you ever so
Brilliant
much.
week.
It's been really
Cheers,
good. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Thank you.
Well done, mate. 44 ton grasses.
That is a big glass.
Fish. It's the smallest, £27. The Polaris again. I had a fish a bit bigger than this, probably near £50, but it managed to escape out the sling before we could buy it or photograph it. There's your luck. I'm not too disappointed. I've had a great week. If this is my last fish, so be it. £27. Happy to catch it. And another one, £37 on the Virus again. Maybe this one will be my last fish of the week, number 6. I lost one as well to a hook link breaking, unfortunately, but I've got this one to make up for here. Lovely.
Been an eventful week, isn't it?
Yes, really. Changing week from hot weather to cooler weather with a bit of rain. We're up the deeper end. And these fish have turned up, haven't they, in the last part of the week?
Yeah, it's been a bit quiet for me, but I'm still happy to see you catch, mate, after what's gone on this week.
It's been great to get a few and enjoy the Flores experience.